My hope for the fans is that they can see that people with disabilities can do anything they want. They can go for the moon, you know? Maya herself is a perfect example. She can fight, she can do anything. She can beat the villains up. I guess we'll see exactly what happens in the show, but the audience, sometimes, you know, I want everybody to know that people with disabilities are just like everybody else.
Last one right here.
It's great. Everybody worked so hard on this project. It's going to be amazing. I'm very happy. It's good to see everybody's face, too. Yeah, it's really nice. I'm very happy for Alaqua, especially. Yeah. I think it would be impossible to not be inspired by Alaqua's performance. And then I guess the character itself. The character is such a powerful woman, you know, it's amazing. You know, it's all there, you know, her whole story is there. And she's such a unique actress in so many ways, you know, so it's fantastic. I can't imagine them not being just taken on this journey they're going to love. I mean, I've seen a few of the episodes and they're just so good.
Oh, there's a lot of anticipation. There's excitement here, and I'm really excited for people to see this finally, and we get to see it on the big screen. You know, I feel very fortunate to see it on the big screen. Yeah, I think people are just waiting to see it. Well, it's branching off to a different direction. Also, it's darker and it's more brutal, and you have an amazing cast, and yeah, I think the audience is going to really. You know, it's not what they're expecting to Marvel, and I think it's going to really blow them away. You know, Alaqua Cox, for being the lead in one of her first movies, she is a pro, a champ, and I really want people to see her performance. She's nothing like the character, but she is a badass. Yeah, she's a badass in real life. But I'm really excited for people to see her work, and I think people are going to really be blown away by it.
And a couple of right in front, if you don't mind.
Determination, strength, tenacity, power. I haven't seen what they've done with it all, but for me, in my experience, it was really spiritual in a sense of connection with ancestors and whatever the difficulty, there's access to a way of getting through it, you know, and I'm hoping that what we'll see is Maya getting back in touch with her essential self that she's been separated from for a long time.
This energy is insane. I love this. You know, to be a part of something so monumental and at this level is so cool. I come from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. I grew up in Los Angeles, but I'm from Musqueam, and so, you know, just me being here, it represents something like on a bigger spectrum. Like,
The energy is so palpable tonight. There's so many Indigenous folks everywhere. I think everyone is so excited to finally get an Indigenous superhero, anti-hero, somewhere in between, but to have Indigenous people and specifically the Choctaw Nation be on such a platform like the MCU is, it's like the inner native geek in me is like freaking out.
And next to him, right next to the front, one more.
It was really humbling getting to learn ASL. It's such a beautiful community and culture that I haven't necessarily had access to, and so to be invited into this space and to really take on that responsibility of learning ASL and playing a CODA, a child of deaf adults, it was really important to make sure we got it right. And I really attribute that to Alaqua Cox, who was so patient with us and so talented, and also Douglas Ridloff, who is one of our producers and the ASL master, who really put such specificity. There's Plains Indian Sign Language, there's SimCom, there's ASL, there's also signing depending on the character's different proficiency levels. It's such a detail that we wouldn't be able to get without somebody being from that community behind the camera. So it's something that I'm really proud of, and it's something I'm still learning ASL even after the show. So yeah, super proud.
All right, a couple more.
This is an amazing moment, especially for representation of Indigenous peoples in TV and in film, and we've had a great few years with quite a few different shows, and also Maya, or Alaqua Cox, who plays Maya, representing not just the Indigenous community, but also the deaf community, as well as the amputee community as well. And we couldn't ask for a better person to do that. She's amazing. She's amazing in the show. It was amazing to work with her, and it's an amazing night for everybody. They're just going to see. They're going to see a TV show that's from a Native perspective, with a Native actress as the star, as well as again a deaf actress. And I think that the audiences nowadays, with all the streaming services going on, that are looking for different content, and Echo covers all those bases.
I think it's surreal for a lot of us because, as you'll see in the show, a lot of us are not necessarily overlapping, although we're all intertwined. We didn't always get to see each other on set, so I think seeing one another and getting to celebrate what we did, that felt like so long ago, and the accomplishment of it being done, we're just all really excited to share it. I think what I find incredibly inspiring is that she's incredibly flawed and she's doing her best, and she is trying to figure out how to do that, to show up for herself and also those who came before her and her grief. So I think it's just seeing that and seeing her push through it, and seeing community and family portrayed in the way that it is in the show, which feels authentic and gritty and real. I'm so proud of that.
Oh my gosh, we've waited for so long to be here, and the energy right now is completely buzzing. Everybody seems so excited and so enthusiastic to bring this to life, and yeah, I'm just really thankful and really grateful to even be here, you know? Be able to kind of go back to your roots and kind of find out really who you are is something that I was really excited about to be able to do throughout this show. But it's a really big connection point, and also just connecting with your family, being, you know, leaning on the people who you know are always there for you.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. It's fantastic. It's thrilled to be talking about the project in the past tense. So you know, I'm very excited to have the series be shown to the public, and for people to be able to meet Maya Lopez and her family and her community, and Vincent and Kingpin, and see all of the great, wonderful things that we've been working on behind closed doors. Yeah, no, I think one of the great things about this series is that, you know, we're not dealing with the fate of the universe. You know, we don't have these huge, like, cosmic consequences that we're kind of beholden to, and so what that allows us to do is tell a deeply human story. And we always knew that was going to be the thrust of it, and we knew it was going to be grounded. We knew it was going to be gritty. We knew it was going to be kind of street level. And then the question was always, like, how much can we push that envelope? How much can we lean into the grit? How much can we lean into the violence? How much can we lean into the humanity? And think, you know, Marvel's just been amazing collaborators along the way, and it's been a amazing partnership, and, you know, I think it's something that evolved naturally through the storytelling process. I'm very excited for people to meet Maya Lopez. You know, I think it's definitely right now, as we speak, it's a very exciting time. You know, Lily Gladstone just won the Golden Globe last night for Best Actress. You know, something that's been a long time coming. And then 24 hours later, we're fortunate enough to be here on the red carpet for a premiere of a Marvel series led by an Indigenous deaf woman. And so I'm just very excited for audiences who aren't Native and who aren't deaf to have a chance to be a part of the world.
I learnt ASL for Echo, and it was really important for me to be able to, for Alaqua to be able to communicate, and for me to see her and be able to be there and scaffold her for the work. And, you know, Doug Ridloff was an incredible asset as well. He came in. I used to call him Big Thumb because every take, it wasn't just for performance and technical issues. I would always turn to him and he would put his big thumb out, and that I knew that the ASL was perfect. So it was actually really fabulous. It was like there was languages within languages within languages. I always consulted with the Choctaw Nation. There was a number of members of the community that were there. It was really important to me. My dad's Aboriginal, so it was very important for me to be able to make sure that everything I was doing and wanting to do was culturally appropriate. So, again, really proud to have gone on that journey, and I think everyone's going to love the result.
Awesome. Thank you.
Ladies, turn out.
It is very exciting tonight. It is exciting that this character represents the first of what we're calling the Marvel Spotlights, which is taken from our comics division, where many of the characters that people know and love now started in what was called the Marvel Spotlight, where we were able to take a character who may or may not have been connected to the far-reaching corners of the Marvel Universe, but had an incredible character-oriented emotional story to focus on. And that's what we're doing with Echo. And she had a great standout appearance in the Hawkeye series, where you learned a bit of the backstory and a bit of the connection between she and Kingpin. But with this show, we get to go back to Oklahoma to see her family, to see where she came from. And it's really a very good personal story. It's our first TVMA, which we're excited about because we didn't have to pull any punches throughout the whole show. Well, I think the best thing about the show is that all of those groups are speaking for themselves. And the writers behind the scenes, and the directors behind the camera, and the actors on screen are all members of that community. So the amount of collaboration was really amazing with members of the deaf community, the hard of hearing community, the Choctaw community. And it really is a story about the Choctaw people and about this hero, Maya Lopez, told by so many members of the actual community. So they and this show speaks for itself.
We're here tonight, and I'm so excited to be here. I'm really excited for the fans to see the show, to see how it all comes together, and especially with deaf representation in these roles, it's going to be amazing, the Marvel TV show.
One more time.
First of all, I have a script, and I read through it to get really an understanding, and I work with the director as well one-on-one to get a feel of the pace. I analyze each character who will be learning sign language during the show and look at the characters, the actors, the actresses, and see if it's going to be an easier process for them or if it's going to be a longer, harder process, because for some people it takes longer. And so I develop and build on that depending on their pacing. I look at the backstory. Why are you signing so well? Maybe why is signing a little bit harder for you? And then I integrate that with the story so that it makes sense for them. When people see them signing, and others sign really nice, others sign a little sloppier, there's levels of sign language, and I want to make sure I work with each character, each actor or actress to connect with that. We worked together for quite a few months, teaching them, designing the language, especially to tailor to them. And on set, if they make any mistakes, I'm the person who kind of edits that, comes back and looks at it to make sure that it's appropriate. Well, I would say, a deaf superhero, that is badass, And there's not just one, we have 2 superheroes that are deaf now. So I want to see more coming. That's what I'm excited about.
It's beyond exciting. We've been waiting for years. I mean, we started this back in, I think, November of 2021, and it was filmed in 2022. So to finally have it happening after all of the hard work that everybody put in, to make sure that this came to life, it's beyond exciting. I felt extremely fortunate, not only just working with the Choctaw nations, but the Cherokee, the Salish. I mean, every single nation that was represented had their own specific representation. So like the Mohawk, I got to literally learn the history from their historians. Instead of just reading it from a book or finding it on the internet, like I actually had, the people of their nations giving me, their own historical stories. So I felt extremely fortunate.
Really inspired by complex characters, and Maya Echo is definitely that. There's so many cool facets to her, and we get to see so much of what makes her in this show, and all of those things combined, plus the amazing resources and backing of working on a Marvel project and having all that behind you and that amazing team supporting you all the way. It's been an amazing experience. This character, I think that maybe some Marvel folks don't know as well, is so deep and so fascinating and intricate and exciting. More than anything, she's awesome.
putting together a really authentic and very thoughtful cast was a challenge and a glorious, wonderful one. We had incredible collaboration from Sydney, from Catriona, from our incredible team, Krista Starr, Jacqueline McKenzie, Greg Horn. I think we really put our whole heart into it, and we're so happy to get legendary actors like Tantoo Cardinal and Greene and the rest of the incredibly high-level cast with Zahn McClarnon, Chaske Spencer. You know who they are. I don't have to tell you every single name, but honestly, every single person, Devery Jacobs, every single person that joined the cast felt like a huge win. And it was a really exciting process.
Right here, you can stay there. It is so amazing to finally get to show the world. We're showing 3 episodes tonight, which is so cool. It's got some of my favorite stuff on the show that we're seeing tonight. It's really exciting to be here. All the stars are here. Our directors are here. Our writers are here. It is quite a magical night, and it's a long time in the making. Audiences are going to love Alaqua as Maya. They're going to be inspired when they see her, but really they're just going to want to keep seeing more of her in the future, I think, which is really exciting for us, because when you introduce a new and awesome character like Maya that kicks so much ass, you're going to want to see her continue to kick ass for the next couple of years. So I'm excited, and I really hope it's as well received as we think it's going to be. Really, at the end of the day, this is an emotional story about a complex character, a woman that hasn't been in touch with her family in decades, and now we're seeing her come home for the first time. So I think that audiences are going to show up for the blood and violence and the cool stuff in the trailers, but be surprised by the emotionality of the show and how heartwarming it actually is in the end.
I mean, this show has been such a labor of love from the beginning and has been really blessed with some of the most creative people I've ever worked with. From Sydney Freeland, our incredible EP and director, our leader, through the rest of the crew and the incredible cast. I mean, it's amazing to have everybody here tonight to celebrate what I think is a major achievement for the studio. Yeah, you know, Sid, she met with the Choctaw early on in the process and pitched them the project. And, you know, it really was a partnership from the beginning. In fact, I would say it was even more than a partnership. The Choctaw and the amazing influence they had over this project really is in every single molecule that is on screen.
The energy's always high on the red carpet. It's fantastic, yes. We have our first TVMA, hard-hitting, dropping all the episodes all at once, special presentation. So I think you feel that kind of excitement. This is a story about a family that's had a lot of heartache and struggle over the years, coming together and finding a way to get along and exist and love each other. And that's the real energy and dynamics of the series that I love so much.
Here we go. Everybody looking, very good. All right, now one for this guy. And one without your flash. And one right here. And just a little eye contact to the camera up here. Right up here.